live on a Saturday Jive with the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, and messenger of God. On another one. And another one. Hey, actually I got messages from like the choirs or something. I got caught in something. I got caught in a web in the World Wide Web. I was trying to put it together and it just like slapped me real hard in the face. In order to keep up with me, you would have had to catch all of my posts in my community page. It started with music. It always starts with music. And let me just take a breath. When you look at the bigger picture, it's like, whoa. That's what happened. I'm like, what is happening? And then I saw the bigger picture and it was too much. Give me a minute. That just like hit me like I can't breathe. It hit me so hard. I was just sitting there and I posted something and I'm like, I went back to Royce. I'm like, Royce, Prince is speaking. Something's going on. What's going on? And then I asked him, but as soon as I sent them the freaking message, I saw the big ass picture. Already I was sitting in a place with Kanye after watching that video, the video of Prince. Again, I wasn't there. I mean, ultimately, I lived through time, but, you know, only time tells that, truthfully. So going back to it, it's like, it's kind of like this unveiling video, but then he goes into talking about how Kanye became the new Prince and fighting for, you know what I mean, artist rights. And I was like, oh yeah. And that's what happens, dude, is people forget who you were and just see who you are. And that's, you know, that's a message of forgiveness right there. It's like, but at the same time, it's like you could have started out great, but at the end of the gate, it's what's on the plate. Here we are rhyming and shit. So let's go back to the bigger picture. I was called to the music, right? I've been called to the music. And you got Russ over here that's always trying to fight the music. You got all my independent artists that are always trying to fight music and tell people to stand up and be independent, right? And then I've got these old, you know, I've got the old souls, you know, that I mediumship with that are coming in right now, talking about music and all of this at the same exact moment. And it was really funny because, you know, Pac stands in between it all, you know, as my guide and everything. And it's weird because it comes from, you know, look at the pieces that I'm looking at. I'm like, whoa, this is so big. It was just too big to put into my stomach or into my head or wherever I put it. I don't know where to put it. So the video is about Prince and it's talking about Diddy. Now, mind you, I talk with both of these, you know, both of these guys individually. I said yesterday in my video that I saw myself walking up to an accept award by myself, but with all of the spirits. I'm seeing Prince. I'm seeing him. I didn't know what that meant. So then this morning, keep up with me. This morning, I'm sharing a bunch of music of, again, artists that they're all telling me really much. Ultimately, they were crushed by the industry. The industry crushed them, and that's no surprise to anybody, right? So now they're showing me past, present, and future, right? So Prince showed up. Then all of a sudden, Royce this morning shares this video of Prince accepting the most fucked up award you could ever accept. And it was like the best black song, right? And I was like, oh shit. So I shared him, right? And then later, when I sat down, here he comes with this video about his ties and attachments to exposing the industry and then his relations to Diddy and to, you know what I mean, to Jay-Z. And all of this shit, like he went out with a bang and they also, you know, it was a crazy ass situation. At the same time, as soon as I get this video, I was like, this is giving me Mike vibes, bro. Mike is always trying to fight the industry. He's always trying to find a creative way for the industry. That's his biggest deal, is like, the industry will fuck you. Now, when I first started in my music, I learned from Top Flight Empire, who are currently out here. They teach artists how to make, it's called the concert app that they created for artists to, oh, it's really big and heavy. It's so beautiful. And Marshall has the keys to the gates. I gave them to him. He has the blueprint to change music forever. He's the king to the kingdom, dude. It's so crazy. But he can't, that's what's going on. He can't bring those punk ass people into this kingdom, bro. And it's all this big ass, huge ass picture. So anyways, everybody's been trying to fight for these rights that I currently have and I know and, passed down by those that have come before me. Again, Top Flight Empire were signed to fucking labels and they went through it all. They've been in it for over 17, 20, who knows how many years. They're my age, right? I used to go to their concerts. They opened, you know what I mean? They did all of the shows, at Fiddler's Green. I was a fan. No shit. Anyways, so they run this thing and they teach people the whole logistics of it is how to make music a day job. You know what I mean? How to do this without signing your life away. How to actually make money off of making music at from ground zero. And that goes back to what I said 2 days ago. It's like, you think I need you? I know how to do this. I've been taught by the best. Okay, so you got them. He's literally, so what he does now is he goes and he spreads the word through all these different cities and he establishes them. He used to go out and do concerts at all of these concert venues. And that's what it's called, the concert app. So his ties to the venues he uses as a way to put artists on from the local towns and cities and stuff. So he's spread out there and he himself is a huge artist, you know what I mean? He's signing fucking, panties and shit, passing out roses, all that good shit. He's totally legit, him and the homie. But in essence, what they're doing is putting artists on. They're putting artists on, right? So then you got the people that are down here on the ground level putting people on. And then you got fucking Russ, who's just, he's somehow in this too, where he's been put in this fight with them that I'm always like, why are you always fighting them? But then you've got, you got Mike who's fighting them, and now here comes Prince to show that he fought him. And then all of a sudden, as I'm sitting in this bullshit, all of a sudden, I see all of these artists, you know what I mean, from Billie Holiday to all of them that were signed and fucked. Signed and fucked. And that's Kanye. They bring it back to Kanye. And I'd be on some, fuck you, Kanye, shut the fuck up, and you don't know. So it's bringing the family together, and that goes back to the cards, and it just hit me like a fucking ton of bricks. They showed me a battle, you know what I mean, that's been going on forever, ever, 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 ever. And what they're doing right now is they are taking down the people that fuck them. And they're showing you guys how to liberate yourselves. They're passing on their life's work to you in the essence of they want to give you their music. And that's through me as the messenger. And you can get it too. I'm trying to get you connected to where you hear them too. They want to give you their musical inspirations, just as they do to me. They want their music to live on, right? But in the essence, they're there to fight your battles for you so that it can live on. And they want you to be known, you know what I mean, in the spirit and not of the flesh. Your music is of the flesh, right? It really is, and what's been done to it. It's all about the crucifixion of what's been done to your flesh. They want you to make music of being free in the spirit. And they want to give you the spirit to do so. And they're here to show that they've you know what I mean, they laid the foundation of what you guys have made a reality to people like me. And that's what I said is I can walk up there and get that fucking award without ever signing a fucking nothing. I was making jokes to Marshall. I was like, oh, you couldn't work with me, Marshall? Oh, you want to work with me now? No, I'm not signing your contract, is what I said like 2 days ago. And then before that, Eazy-E came in and murdered Dre. And that's where Pac said all of this too. Said that they were taking out fucking artists, bro, on the West Coast. And all of that shit, dude. This is a whole big-ass hip-hop war that lives on today. And it's to the end, bro. I hear Pac. Oh, you think I died? Hold on, bro. Not right now. Calm. Wusa. I've got my legs again in full meditation. We have a full fucking teaching I'm supposed to be telling you. And I just went after the fucking tarot readers. Unleashed hell upon the tarot readers in the middle of all this. I was like, oh, shit. So, a message to my twin flames is liberation is freedom is yours. Marshall knows how to create how to create the next technology to set it all free. It was given to me, and I gave it to him over a year ago, I think. He's the only one that can do it. But he has to stop being an artist to do it. And it's big, and he could free all the artists. Where did it start? Remember where it started, Marshall? It started with a Lego. It started with a Lego. We were looking at a Lego set. I was giving him all kinds of ideas for branding. I was like, you should put your fucking face on a pair of underwear. It could be a shady ass pair of underwear. We started there, and then it went somewhere. I'm rhyming like crazy. Anyway, so then that just hit me, and it's like, oh, and I told you, I was like, they want me all in the music because their work needs to be done. Their voices need to be heard, and that's what I said. I would be accepting the award on their behalf because their voices live on, and that's what I'm here to teach you, is that the Holy Spirit lives on. It's crazy because, as the witch and the demoness, and, she speaks with the dead, and we're going to get into Bridge. That's what it is. It's all about it, you know what I mean? The voodoo and, the queen of the cemeteries. It's like, yeah, dude, I talk to dead people. I don't know why there's only one story of it, but there are some other movies. I literally do. And they have stories like you wouldn't believe. And sometimes it's too hard. But in the essence is like their spirit lives on, and you're fighting the battles that they put in your heart, and they're with you to fight through these battles, and you're going to win these battles because the spirit has gone before you. He was a divine feminine spirit in a divine masculine body that expressed nothing. He was nothing but the exact form of creativity. From his makeup to his clothes to his music to the way he spoke to, oh man, there's so many stories in history. And it's a he, but he was so absolutely beautiful. And at that moment, I'm also seeing a funny story. Dennis Rodman. He expressed his femininity when it came over him. And he was proud to do so, and he was not afraid of people's persecution, because he was friends with people like Prince, that was absolutely adored by all sexes, and just a beautiful manly beast. Like, that's Lewis. It's like, you don't know if he's beautiful or if he's sexy. You're just like, he's just beautiful. Come on, let me comb your hair. That's Allie. So beautiful. Anyways, going back to it, it's these angelic, these angelic traits. Creativity is not limited to one source. Because, I said that earlier. I shared this video. A Cinderella. That's what I did. It's Saturday. I want to do what makes me happy. I want to clean. And though it comes from persecution, I'm grateful that my mom was nothing more than somebody's house bitch. She was a servant to others, and she showed me how to serve well. So it serves me and my family to be such a serving bitch. And where I go to places, I can serve them too. I was thinking about my stink-ass neighbors that don't want nothing to do with me. I was like, bitch, it took me 2.5 hours to clean your fucking room on Christmas. That was my gift to you. I was like, geez. And then I was thinking about my room. I was like, dude, we don't live like that. But thank God my mom was the way she was and taught me what she did. She had that gift. My mom was a professional housekeeper for all of my life. Truthfully, that she got hired onto a business, and she kept that business, and it put her through college, and it took us, it gave us a future. Her scrubbing people's toilets, bro, took care of us. She was pretty insane about us keeping the house clean, and that was my job as Cinderella. And so I call it my Cinderella mode, and as I'm sitting there teaching them, and I do it in such a way that I use my legs. I put the rag down and I use my legs, and it's a ballerina dance for me as the music plays. And it goes back to, what Martin Luther King said. He said, if you're going to sweep the streets, then you sweep those streets like Da Vinci paints a masterpiece. And it's like you have pride in what you do and the skills that you have. I have those skills where I can, you know what I mean? That's what it was given to me, what was passed on to from my mother and was passed on to my daughter. And that's a skill that most women don't have. And it goes back to being a good servant, a good housemate, a good, maid's woman, an Eve. You know what I mean? And it's just, it was all of that. I had a lot hit me real early. And, the gifts that we have been given, whether we think they're curses or not useful, or we don't really see the bigger picture, is that there is a whole army of people that had these gifts before us that encourages us to use such gifts. And I'm seeing Nipsey when he put me on the top of Red Rocks. All I wanted to do was perform at Red Rocks. And one day, out of nowhere, I had the spirit to do so, and I did so. And when I left there, again, I saw a video, and he had showed me that it was his spirit that pushed me up there to do such great things. And it's like, you're guided by the spirit to do things that you're so scared to do. That day I was shaking with the phone in my hand, and I didn't. And now I can remember doing that in front of all those strangers, so when I get up on a stage, I can be brave again. That spirit will come over and help me again. That spirit will come over me. Is it my spirit or the Holy Spirit inside of me? That's what I'm here to teach you. It's a beautiful thing. Anyways, going back to whatever fucking wars you're having, I don't know. Don't sign your name on. That it was freeing to Kanye, because I never know what the fuck Kanye is bitching about all the time. I never know what that nigga's talking about. He's always sharing some kind of fucking Yeezy shit, some contract shit, some shit. He's always fighting, I guess, is what they're showing me. Man, put down the candy and let the little boy go. Just let them go and find another way to start over like Prince. Stop fighting the same battle. Just give up the battle and start a new way. I'll show you a new way. There's always a battle to be had, but are you going to keep battling the same bullshit? And that goes back to it. Other people have created other ways. All you got to do is get out. Not fucking, force your way. Just get out of it. I don't know. I'm seeing Holston. He couldn't get out of it. Many of them couldn't, dude. And it was the industry that fucked him. I'm seeing Kesha. Kesha got fucked. She said that it was, she took that shit to court. And they're like, nah, bro. It doesn't matter whatever happened between you two guys. Any music you make goes to him. What happened to Taylor Swift, bro? You guys, honestly, we've learned. I've learned from my elders, which is you guys, who are most of you younger than me. And that's what it is you're supposed to be teaching those that are about to come in and get fucking Justin Bieber'd. I saw a picture of him today that he looked like a straight crackhead, bro. He looks like he's dying. He looks like he's dying. Meaning he might die soon. I see death upon him. And that's what happens is you get into, I'm seeing Brittany Murphy and shit. We don't know, and Robin Williams came this morning. It's like you don't know what's going on inside of them and how bad the outside world is making it for them. Juice and Mac, what did Mac have going on that was really killing him? You know what I mean? Why were they like this? What happened to them? Amy Winehouse, they're all coming in. Britney Spears, look at what they did to Britney Spears with contracts, bro. The ultimate fucking life contract. They took her life, bro. So there's something going on here that's, there's a big ass battle that I've literally just become aware of. And I'm here only to tell you that the Holy Spirit is fully all over this shit. And they're fighting for you. Even if you're not, but if I've called your name or you heard one of those names and you know that one of those names, you need to send this to them and tell them to wake the fuck up, because the Holy Spirit is talking to them and fighting for them and for their lives, past, present, and future, bro. That's what I got out of that. And that's why I was like, whoa, shit, what a fucking message. But it wasn't just one message. It came from everyone. It's like, and when they're all there, it's like, how do I put this into words? What I feel, I know what you want, what you're expressing. How do I express this to them using words? And that's where we get to the place where it's very important, guys, is to understand your feelings, because feelings aren't limited to words. Going back to telepathy, they're gonna come and speak with you. And not all of them, you know what I mean? It's just a vision. Not all of them are words. There's a lot of, it's a lot of silence. And it's in your quiet spaces that it happens. Just want to tell you that. All right, let's get into this. This is heavy duty. We spent 20 minutes on, okay. I know, I didn't have a choice. It was put on my lap. Okay. In our 10-day forecast, we said Sekhmet was coming in with some scary shit in the middle of the week. I don't know, I feel it, right? Now, Bridge, this is me, Mama Bridge. Redemption is yours. Strength and empowerment is what we're talking about. Is for Imbolc, which is exactly right now, today, February 1st. I was doing spring cleaning. I had my new flowers, and we're doing all of that. Again, all stuff that God gave me. I went to the food bank the other day, and they had given me, you know what I mean, these great peppermint freaking sprays, which was awesome, and then some winterberry, and then I had sage and rosemary, and we put all that together, a whole witchy witch, and I'm a Cinderella type bitch, and we're still rhyming, and that's where it is. I told you, I was like, this. I've always wanted to be part of it, but I was only part of something bigger that I didn't understand, and my true power is nothing more than to be a channel, to listen and deliver the message. So I'm honored to be able to deliver the messages and all this rhyming, but at the same time, before I didn't understand the reason. Now I see it's more of a practice season. All right, sorry. But going back to Bridge is the poet of bards and writers and all of it. So I'm very much in my Bridge. And Sekhmet is here doing all of the good work. So we're going to talk about Sekhmet and the light. These are one of my first oracles. These are very great. You can read them in tarot. They'll explain it. So it says strength, self-awareness, Sekhmet. They teach you about a lot of the goddesses. So this would be in the tarot, the strength. Tells you where she's from, Egyptian, right? The next one is the hermit. And this would be Nematoma. And it tells you where they're from and what it means. They're really little ones. It's a great way. It's a great way to start. I never read them as tarot. It also has the chakras and the moon goddesses, right? Higher chakra, right? And then it has all of them. So it's a great way to know the light side of your divine feminine. We have a light and a dark. And we'll start learning more of the light once we go into the light, which is usually spring and summer. Autumn and fall are always into the darkness. We go into the dark stages. But there's still the dark side of us creeps out in the light. It happens. But there's always light in the dark. And that's where this all comes down to. All right. Sekhmet, the purification of power, is often aggressive and destructive. However, she always protects Mayat, the goddess of balance and fairness. Having the power of the fierce lioness, the ability to control it, takes remarkable self-awareness. And that's what I said yesterday. I was like, you don't go into the lion's den being prideful. You know what I mean? You have immense power, but remember, real strength comes from how you choose to channel it. And that's what I said. They're channeling it into the music because there's a battle to be had in there that needs to be won. Now that you have, and that's it, we're going to make it all fall. They have plans. I told you we're going to destroy music and rebuild it. Now that you have the inner poise to navigate, and they were going to do it. I didn't think I had to be part of it. I was just going to witness the bullshit like I always do. I guess I got to get my hands dirty just like you. All right, enough. Now that you have the inner poise to navigate through obstacles and to overcome fear, the capacity to move destructive energy into conscious action. All right, ready? I channel my feminine strength with grace and love. When you think of Michael Jackson and of Prince and of Tupac and of DMX and of Nate Dogg and of Nipsey Do they not channel their feminine strength with grace and love? And that's Kobe. They were men, mighty men, mighty men. But they had a feminine strength where they spread grace with grace and love. Some of them were a little more feminine than others. But they were men, beautiful men. I love it. I love it. Okay, that's the light side. Let's get to the realness. Let's get to the dirty. I'm going to read a little bit on it. No, I'm not going to even, because we're going into all kinds of descriptions. We're going to pull out the dark goddess card. Alright, so I pulled out some of it. Alright, where was it? Sekhmet, punishing goddess of Egypt. The punishers have arrived. Sekhmet is referred to as the Eye of Ra, and she is the personification of God's anger. Her role as both a creative and destructive force aligns her with women as she represents the fire and femininity. Sekhmet protects women, bestows inner balance, and stands for righteous anger. She is depicted as a full-figure woman with a head of a lion. Okay, so I just want to point out, like, I felt like the Medusa was coming up in me, and that was a huge thing. But I told you there was something inside of me, and it was brewing. So this is it's been brewing inside of me. So I'm going to read you just a couple of things about that. Now, from Sekhmet, we're going to go on to, hold on, there's a couple of pages where I've got turned down. Turned down for what? Okay. Imbolc has certain goddesses, right? We just went into Imbolc. It starts today. So I want you to have a look at them, right? They go in alphabetical order. So here's Bridge, Kalik, Chang Ho. I'm going to tell you who I am. Coventina I saw today. Danu, all right? Or Dana, but Danu is right there. Diana, okay? Moving down. Hestia, Hecate. Hestia oil is where I started, that I keep in there. Here's Kanyen, right? Where is she? Rion, Celine, Sekhmet. There she goes. Scotty. So then you'll start to understand them in the sense of understanding the name is an energy, or it's a feeling, or it's a memory. And I'm not trying to rhyme, but once you learn what they stood for, you know when you're in their energy. Just like I said, I knew I was in Sheila Nagig right away when we started talking about that type of shit. I knew I was. So let's talk about, real quick, I want to go back to Bridge. And I could teach you all of them, but I'm trying to teach you. Alright, so it's Brigit, Brig, or Bride. Irish goddess of the sacred flame. Bridge is the threefold goddess. And that's it. It's like I was usually always part of the threefold. And that's it, because you couldn't hold all aspects. Each one of her faces represents her dominion over poetry, healing, and smithcraft. And that's what I do. I'm a healer, I'm a poet, and I am one. Did you guys see that shit I shared yesterday? Oh my god, who laughed? Who laughed? I laughed forever. Who laughed? What was it? It was a lace reflector vest. I was like, I'm gonna put on my hard hat, my work boots, and we're gonna role play. I'm on top of these fucking tools. Anyways, it was funny. You don't get it. I really like a lot of hard work. I'm like very like hands-on. You guys are not ready. I'm not ready. Nobody's ready for this shit. Okay. Anyways. Called the Great Goddess, she is the keeper of holy wells and rivers of healing and rebirth, as well as the sacred flames of creativity. Her festival, Imbolc, celebrated on February 1st or 2nd, when sacred bonfires are kept burning all evening long and called forth the sun from hiding. Bridge is the mother of inventions and craftsmanship, and wise women of healing, as well as the patroness of poets and priestesses. Duh! As Christians invaded the ancient world, the goddess Bridge was morphed into Saint Bridge of Kildare. Okay? So we'll go into that later. And that's where Mama Bridge comes from. But yeah, this is my day, and welcome. It's never going to be good for you. I was thinking about the fucking tarot readers. It's like, where'd that come from? I don't know. God said they're coming to get you. Who? I don't know. Sekhmet, especially, I guess. Sekhmet. Let me see if I can see anything for Mama Bridge. I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe. Mama Quill, Mama Chola, Mama, my mama and your mama sitting by the fire. Your grandma to my grandma, gonna set your ass on fire. Talking about hey nah, Aiko on day. Oh, we singing, we need to light a fire. This is so great. I love my life. Let me see if I can find Bridge somewhere else. Let me move on to Imbolc. That's where we were supposed to be talking about. Imbolc. Okay, February 2nd. The horn god begins to grow and strengthen, but it is not yet at full power. Meanwhile, as the goddess is healing from her birth of the horned god, she begins to cleanse herself in preparation for her return to the maiden form. As the ice will soon thaw and the earth will grow fertile once more, we are reminded of the journey that lies ahead and the preparations needed. Imbolc is a time for purification, dedication, cleansing, initiation, and preparation. While the sun begins to gain strength, we might take the opportunity to wipe away negativity and open up to the blessings and insight needed to move forward. Onwards and upwards. Okay. I don't know. I thought I had more to go on that. But regions and cultures, nope. I guess not. I thought I was going to tell you more. This book is just really heavy with some bullshit. But it's not really a bunch of bullshit. Okay, let's keep moving on with the bullshit. There's actually a definition in the back of here that I'm going to read because it's probably the same one that's in the cards. Dun, dun. All right, the apex, or appendix. Baba Yaga, Kalik. Copper notch. What am I looking for? Oh. Mama Bridge, the Redeemer of Haitian origin. This goddess of justice who guards over cemeteries is one of the most powerful in voodoo beliefs. A figure representing her is the first female buried in every voodoo cemetery. So those that laid to rest may, Mama Bridge willing, be redeemed for their sins and the sins inflicted upon them. Amen. Right? Right. And then let's go to Sekhmet, whatever. Rebel of Egyptian origin, the powerful one and both of a goddess of war and healing, depicted as the lioness, the fiercest hunter known to the Egyptians. Sekhmet's breath formed the desert. She protected the pharaohs, and when called, she would rise up and lead them in warfare. Ooh. Actually, I guess I'll have to read a little bit more. And then we're going to finish this on a happy note. What am I giving to you? I don't know. I'm just reading the shit as they tell me to. Let's talk about your redemption. Oh, I almost went straight to her. On page 69. See? That's her. 69. Balance. Rum, hot peppers, voodoo fright. Graveyards guarded, dark of night. Regret, amend this futile way. Redemption's here to save the day. By the power of the dark goddess in me, protection in place. Blessed be. You've added fuel to the fire, and now you've landed yourself in hot water, so to speak. Make haste, for you are in the process of making a huge mistake if you go ahead with this. I think they're talking to you. I know, they gave me a witch laugh, too. Already you are playing with fire, but you will get your fingers well and truly burnt if you take this any further. Pause for a minute and take a good look at what it is you are about to get into. Please dig deeper and investigate thoroughly before you make the wrong decision. Look back to see what you have caused and who has been hurt in the process. And that goes back to the tarot readers. It's all fun and games that you're getting a fucking paycheck off of YouTube, but you've got fucking thousands and thousands of fucking people believing your lies. God did not say such things, and you're taking those fucking cards as fucking full face value. You are leading on people in this idea that they're going to come into a happy union with somebody. Every single one of you that I fucking tagged is leading people on to false relationships and telling them that there's some devil or some form of evil out to get them. You all say it in all of your videos. If you don't say one, you say the other, and some of you say both. That goes back to spiritual court. You have changed your fucking tag at least 7 times since I've exposed you. I will keep exposing you for the dirty, dark wound that you are. And that goes back to you, Empress, Tarot, whatever. I'm tagging all your bitch asses. You're over there telling people that they're doing womb magic on people and they're fucking trying to take your fucking children and your boyfriend and all this shit, making people scared of the unknown. You're lying. You have no proof of this shit. You put this shit on cards and you fucking believe it and you tell people that this is their lives and they fucking believe what you say. They walk in your words of death and lies. And that's it. As the bridge, I'm coming for you, and I'm coming with Sekhmet. That's what I said to you before we started this. This has nothing to do with the music. That just came out of nowhere, but I'm part of that too. I'm part of everything that goes on in this world. And I'm still one person standing right here that you better fucking watch out, because I'm coming for you. For those of you that didn't know, I spoke it into existence on Monday. Some shit about telling these guys if they fucking go out on a fucking tour, I'm taking their planes down. Next thing you know, planes started falling to the ground. I'm not fucking playing with you fucking tarot readers. Is your fucking paycheck more important than your fucking lives and your children's? The lives of the people that you're destroying with your lies? And that goes back to these fucking artists. You're not going to destroy people's lives with your lies and your fucking false fucking, you know what I mean, negative fucking vibes. Fuck you. And that's what I told Russ. I can't fucking control you. Nobody can control you bitch asses with your free will. But we control everything that you can't will. And you don't have the will to fucking push through anything. We're coming at you. These are the end times. And although I thought I would sit here and just kind of pity you, I have no problem getting my hands dirty. I just wasn't ready for it. In the sense of, I am the gatekeeper. And I will unleash hell upon you. Please dig deeper and investigate thoroughly before you make the wrong decision. Look back to see what you have caused and who you have hurt in the process. With your fucking songs, keeping people in fucking low vibrations with your low vibrational... You know what? Fucking magnetize yourself has been using that word for at least 3 videos that I've caught. It's telling people that they're self-actualized. Oh, you read something in a book, you lying ass bitch. You're telling people that they have powers they don't have and that they are what they're not. You're getting them all puffed up to go out there telling them you're just whispering nonsense in their ear so that they'll go out there and get slaughtered with the lies that you've told them. Trying to empower them with lies. Going back to your love readings. Keeping them stuck on somebody from the past because you are. Oh no, it looks like they're coming back around. Oh, it looks like they're coming back around. We're going to go into the extended. We're going to look deeper into this person. Let's look deeper. Let's stalk them deeper. Let's look for more pieces of hope to feed these people. Anything for them to feed on this relationship. So they can't explore new relationships. So they can't be free. You guys are fucking trash. The voodoo goddess of fire warns you to be wise and heed her message at this time. She urges you to make right your wrongdoings, make up for any misendeavors, and don't be reliant on others to clean up your mess. No more excuses. Take responsibility for your past actions with remorse, and redemption is yours. And that's atonement, bitches. It's judgment day, bro. The trials and tribulation days have begun. Judgment is upon all. Death is inevitable. You're gonna die. The question is you're going to come back to fucking burn more? This goes on for, how many days did we read? 30-something years? I witnessed for 30-something years. Come back. Or do it now. Idiots. Catch you in the next one, idiot. You're gonna die no matter what. The question is, where do you go when you die? I'll tell you that. I told you that. I'll be there when they take your fucking heart and weigh it. How heavy is it? How wicked is it? Alright, then put it back in another body and let them fucking lighten up. That's how that goes. Dark Goddess Foresight. Look before you leap. A stranger saves the day. Here he comes to save the day. Sure, whoever that guy is. Time to say sorry. It's about time. You have some making up to do. Make amends to anyone you have hurt. I don't know. How do we feel about Kanye right now? Are we upset? Are we... I don't know. I felt conflicted. I was like, Kanye's trying to do the right thing, but he's all fucked off. I mean, I don't know. I guess, there's those. What is he fighting for? You're fighting the wrong battle. I already done told you. Okay? Work with the element of fire to eliminate negative thoughts and behaviors. Time to mend your ways. Forgiveness is key. Charity work beckons. Charity work. Help somebody. You need help, help someone else. Redeemer of Haitian origin, the goddess of justice, the one of the most powerful in the voodoo belief system. She guards over cemeteries. A figure representing this goddess is the first feminine buried in every voodoo cemetery. So those that are laid to rest may, Mama Bridge, willingly be redeemed of their sins or the sins inflicted upon them. And that's what it is I've come to break you of the sins of your fathers. That goes back to Lilith. God said so. I can either burn you or save you. And really, you burn or save yourself. I don't do any of it, to be honest. I show you the way to save yourself. You can be redeemed of the sins of yourself and your fathers and those that have been put upon you. I show you the way. Come with me if you want to live. Whose way? Jesus' way. Even I couldn't make it back without Jesus. It's just how it works. Let's go back to your empowerment. Let's go back to it. Persephone. Yeah, you and your compliance, huh? Huh? Are you going to comply finally? On page 99, which is the Christ consciousness, we went from 69 to 99. Empowering goddess, I call upon you to eliminate all in my life. That's not true. Devour and destroy my guilt, fear, and blame. Set them align in your solar bright flame. By the power of the goddess in me, protection in place. Blessed be. I love it. You are quite the rebel, aren't you? Often going against the grain. You have pushed through other people's boundaries without knowing what the effect will be. You have had to be a fighter your whole life, facing up to life's challenges and overcoming other people's prejudice directed at you. You stand strong in your beliefs regardless of other people's thoughts and feelings. You always rise in opposition against those who are in power for all the wrong reasons. Sekhmet calls you to see the truth from all perspectives. You are a force to be reckoned with as you fiercely rise up to state your mind. Rebellion needs to be controlled and not forced at the cost of hurting others or seeking revenge for past hurts. And that's where I had to heal my Lilith. I know what it means to be all vengeful and hateful. And that's why I'm Lilith reincarnated. I had to refill it in this life of being wronged and wronged and wronged and wronged and wronged and overcome it without vengeance and hate. And I show you it can be done. You're like, damn, that's some bitch ass shit. I know. What was the option though? Being hurt and crazy? Hurting other people? Being crazy and hurting other people? It's better to be Christ-like, bro. Just take it. But don't let it hurt you. You know what I mean? Transform it. Let it transform you. Meaning, don't keep taking it. We're not slaves anymore. We can break free. And that's to you guys in your shitty-ass jobs that got to go to a fucking job you hate on fucking Monday. You're better than that job. I believe you could do better if you just worked harder at your applying yourself. You know what I mean? That's your shit-ass relationships. I believe there's a person, whether it's a man or a woman, that could treat you better. I have really high standards and a lot of wounds that makes it hard for me to let people in. But some of you don't have that. You just have to be brave and let people in. Lots of people. I asked that to Taz. I asked her. Just straight up. I'm a kid in that sense. There's a lot of things I'm unwise about in your times. I've never witnessed, I don't know, it wasn't put in me, and I've never had this talk. So we're sitting there, we're getting tacos, and she was talking about her dude gave her some money for this, that, and the other. And I asked her, said, and it sounded so pathetic the way it came out, but forgive me, this is going to hurt men's feelings. It's like, how do you get a man to give you money and pay for your bills and stuff like that? My mom never had a man. I never seen a man pay for it. I never been that person. She's like, girl, I don't let nobody pay my bills. It's a fight, but I'll accept money, is what that means. I was like, but there are girls that, you know, it's a necessity. They know how to, like, they get men to give them money all the time and stuff. Like, it's an expectation where, like, you're dating me, so you're going to, like, pay me for my hair and, you know, take me out to eat and buy me stuff. It's like, where does that come from? How do you learn that? Do you tell them what to do, or do they inherently just offer to do such things? I'm gonna cry. I want to hold it in. It sounds so sad and pathetic. It's like, where does that come from? How does that happen? Who does what? Have you been part of something like that? Is it the man's role? Do the women force it? How do you do this? I've never seen it. I've never been part of it. In the sense of, I want to be part of something like that. How does that happen? How does that happen where this guy just, like, wants to help you? Do you say something? I feel stupid. I feel ignorant. Just how I said it, ignorant. Because, like, all girls know this. But I don't know. I don't know. I had a boyfriend once in church who offered me money when he got some money, and I thought that was nice. And then for Valentine's Day, he got me a phone. And he paid for the bill for, like, even after we, like, stopped talking for, like, a whole year. And that was really awesome. I never had that before. That was pretty cool. But I was asking her that because, like, you know, especially, like, no offense, a lot of black women can get that, you know what I mean? That's just an established norm for them. Oh, girl, he gotta have a job. He gotta be paying. He gotta help me out. He pays. You know, he take care of my gas. He helped me. You know what I mean, with the food. He's a cool dude. He'd help me with my phone bill. He takes good care of me, is what they always say. Like, how do you get these guys that take care of you? It's kind of where I came from. I didn't understand it. I've never had that talk. Something to be said. If you know, pass it on. Can only help somebody. Some of us didn't have those talks. I don't know where this came from in this card. What the fuck were we talking about? I don't know. I don't know. Rebellion needs to be controlled and not forced at any cost, hurting others or seeking revenge. This is your time to empower yourself and assist others. Become a rebel with a cause, for you have been called to help others who have gone through similar situations and to learn from any mistake that you may have made. Well, I've been preaching that forever. And again, it just came out of my mouth right now. But I've always said that. It's like I can't tell you to be a fucking, you know what I mean, a voice of survival or overcoming if you haven't really overcame it yet and you're still barely surviving through it. And that's where the healing is involved. And that goes back to my artist. It's like, I can't expect you to speak on something that you can't speak on just yet. It's not authentic to who you are. And when Russ does it or any of these guys do it, I just clown on them and tell them it's disgusting. Because it is. It's not. You're not delivering. That goes back to Marshall. Look at me all these years later. Look at me, Marshall. It's not you. Look at me all these years later. I sent him my first piece of work. And man, was it a piece of work. But I was brave enough. Nobody should ever be that brave, and I think that I was over pompous in the fact that how could you even approach him with some garbage like that? Well, I was proud. I wasn't afraid of him, so let's go back to the positives. I was proud. I felt in my own heart that I had something worth showing him and that he would be interested. All these years later, I wasn't wrong. And his reply was just the same. But it was that I needed better delivery. I needed more. I needed to start somewhere. I didn't actually start. And going back to it, it was like, he was telling me about that and how it didn't sound right. And now here I am all these years later telling you it doesn't sound right coming out of your mouth. It's kind of funny. As the wheel has turned. Alright, going back to this. Dark goddess foresight. Stop being a rebel for the sake of it. That's Kanye. Stop fighting. That's Russ. Stop. Don't yell about making a change. Be the change. Make a change. Stop yelling at them to change. Be the change. Speak your truth lovingly. Try to see both sides of any situation. Draw upon your past experiences to grow stronger. Well, now looking at it, at the end, it came down to fucking Kanye's disgusting fight with Adidas that pissed me off. But now that we look at it, he's been fighting for so long that he just took it out on once, you know what I mean? And it had gotten so big by the time it got there. But by that time, he'd already been fighting for his life. And when I say that, I see fucking, you know what I mean? I see Kells. I'm fighting for my life. He had been fighting the industry. He'd been fighting his fucking wife's family. He'd been fighting lawyers. He'd been fighting artists. He'd been fighting Jay-Z. He'd been fighting Drake. He'd been fighting everyone. He's always fighting. He's always just, you know what I mean? He's just ready to fucking fight. And that's true. You see him every time you walk. There was a video of him on Facebook that he started a fight at. He was supposed to be buying his girl a Porsche and got up and started fighting with somebody again. If you don't sit the fuck down, Nika, I swear to God, like shit. In the sense of, as a person that came out the gate fighting in the Goddess of War, there's a lot to teach him. But we have that fighting spirit, and that's Lewis, and that's Marshall, that's all of us. Like, we have to fight, because that's all we know is the fight. But what are we fighting for? Who are we fighting for? And who are we fighting? What are we, you know what I mean? Who are we fighting? And what were we fighting to get across? You know what I mean? Like fighting Trump supporters. That's like half the nation, bro. We really gonna take on half the nation and their comments and them talking to their friends and them bothering us? No, bro, I'm not taking on half the nation, nor that man that represents half of our nation. Look at the numbers, bro. They won a little bit more. That's just a little bit more of them than us. I'm not fighting them and their beliefs. I'm not. I am only out here to encourage people to believe in themselves and in the Holy Spirit. And that can change them alone. You know what I mean? When they start going into their thoughts and how they believe about themselves and other people, they're not going to believe the shit that's coming out of his mouth either. You know what I mean? And that's going to be like, what the fuck was I thinking? That's people coming out of fucking cults and Scientology and, you know what I mean, domestic violence. You sit there with like, why did I do this? What was I thinking? Why didn't I just save myself? Why didn't I just... And that's where it's so important to be exactly this is, you've been called to help others who have gone through the similar situations and to learn from any mistakes that you have made. That goes back to the music and all of that. That's all empowering. It's like, many people have died for the rights that he's taking away. We're not going to fight him as he takes away all the rights. We're going to just keep the rights alive inside of us. For when we can, you know what I mean? We can express our rights freely again. But yeah, that's what's happening. Make America great again. That's what we're going to have to do. Not you, us. But whatever, keep going. This is going to be a long 4 years, isn't it? I'm here for 56 more years. You have no idea what I see. All right, draw upon your past experiences to grow stronger. And that's Kanye. That doesn't kill me, can only make me stronger, but it's killing him. All of it's killing him. He needs a big fat hug. He needs a mom and a dad, just like all of us. We just need family. We need friends. We need love. We need structure. Here comes the Beatles. All you need is love, love. That's it. You need someone to understand, so that to help you understand, so you can have understanding and set it to rest. Call upon the strength of Sekhmet. Damn, that'd be my luck, right? The first and only one to come through would be Kanye and his weird-ass girlfriend, too. Fucking shit. Could be worse. Could have been Russ and Jonica. Call upon the strength of Sekhmet to truly stand in your power. Disregard any minor agitations and shine your light. The rebel of Egyptian origin, the powerful one, was both a goddess of war and healing. And that's why you understand why we're so close. It's like she's holding down one part of, you know what I mean? When I was there, I was Isis, which is the high priestess. I couldn't be the goddess of war. I'm always from back and forth at different parts of the aspect of it. You know what I mean? But it's me inside of another. You know what I mean? It's not me. It's the goddess, the divine feminine. It's a beautiful thing. It's a family thing. The powerful one was both a goddess of war and healing. And that's what I mean. That's just her. But then you look at me and what did they say? The power, you know what I mean? Bridge. Goddess of war and healing. War, healing, war, healing, war. Goddess, you know what I mean? Kali, destruction and love. All of it. Dark and light, dark and light, dark and light, dark and light. Hecate, dark and death, transformation, rebirth. The triple goddess. Always, 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 always. Always, 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 guys. What is happening now? We're going into our maiden. The maiden. You know what that means? We're going to be all juvenile again. Juvenile delinquents. Spring. The maiden. And then, like, we become, you know, all wise and, you know, we become all motherly. Then we become all old and crony. All right. Depicted as the lioness and the fiercest hunter known in the Egyptians, her breath formed the desert. She protected the pharaohs and went against the grain. When called upon, she would rise and lead them in warfare. And that's what we're doing, dude. It's coming. What are we supposed to do? Lead them out? Not in. Out. Out. We're not leading them to death. We're not leading the sheep to slaughter. Why would we do such a thing? Let his people go. What's leading them into fighting each other? Their minds, their flesh. Their heart doesn't want to hurt nobody. Their mind is all wicked with their ego, like, I'll fucking kill that motherfucker. I will fucking kill that motherfucker. I'm gonna get this motherfucker. I'm gonna get this motherfucker. Damn, you got him, bro. Now what? Now you're a whole ass killer, bro. You're a whole ass killer. You got their blood on your hands. You done took life. That person, their mom is gone. You know what I mean? The kids, everything. They're gone, bro. You got them. What'd they do to you? You got them. Why? They said something about your mom? Well, damn. Their mom don't got even kid no more, I guess. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. This isn't our battle. We're waving a white flag. We're just trying to get people out. Healing. I'm just trying to heal them, bro, from what they've been through. Their mind, body, and spirit, bro. That's it. We're not supposed to judge them. That's somebody else's job, bro. Whose job? That's Jesus, bro. Their judgment days. He shall return in the second coming. To do just that. He's coming, bro. He's coming. He sends a lot before he gets here. They're rolling out the red carpet. What's the red? You didn't read that in the Bible? Some scary shit. It's some scary shit! Don't be scared. In the sense of, don't listen to that bullshit. Listen to God. Keep your eyes on God. Keep your eyes on God. I am not your God. I am your goddess. I am your messenger of God. I'm here to love you through it and push you through it and nurture you through it, but I'm going through it too with you, and that sucks ass. You know, sucks ass with a straw. Blowing bubbles and shit. Some bullshit. Speaking of which, let's end on one happy note. All that bullshit. Hey, you want to pick a card? Huh? Okay, I'm going to go to the store after this card. If you pick a card, I'll go to the store and get some drinks. There's a billion in there, isn't there? A million billion. What'd you get? Ascending the spiral. Oh. That's what I said. You guys are spiraling down. just a spiral. As I said that, I saw the back of these cards. In the front of these, it's all spirals. Ascending spiral would start with an A, so let's go to that. Abundance? No. It's the second card on page 6 and 7. Oh man, it goes on forever. A card of progress and attainment, forward motion and upwards momentum. School, work, or home life is elevated. Progress of all kinds, ascending the spiral through the development of consciousness, both individually and collectively. Our possibilities and potential in our progressive evolution. Desire to grow spiritually, ascending and joining with our higher self, angelic realms or divine forces, improving our attitude and cultivating inner happiness, ascending into luminous realms and clearing intuitive awareness, ecstatic lovemaking, catalyzing elevated experience. The internal spiral of the double helix making up our DNA or genetic chromosomes, clearing our stagnant and blocked energy so it can ascend and harmonize in our energy centers. Meditation, using spiral visualization, a theme repeating itself on a higher level of spiral, moving up in consciousness, integrating our personality and soul through the spiral of life path. I have no more words. I'm stopping there. You're like, what? Bro, that was her intro. And then she's like, well, let's go deeper. This is the difference between oracles and fucking tarot, bro. Oracles go way deep. Too deep. Way too deep. I spiraled too deep down the path. I'm not reading this. That's what all of this stands for. To have a deeper understanding, I will pick up later and give it to you. But I've had enough. That was too deep. Do you know how many downloads I got through every sentence? A card of progress and attainment. They wanted me to speak. Forward motion. Speak. Upward momentum. Speak. Speak about school, work, and home life being elevated. Speak about all kinds. I'm like, stop. I'm not speaking about any of this. I'm not talking. That's why I closed it. Sorry. I don't have it in me. My son's thirsty, and I'm ready for lunch. It's dark, but it's light. I gave you a dark reading, but it's I don't care. Do I really care? Am I supposed to care that you're scared? That these women of time rule over the time that we're currently in, and all I'm here to tell you is what time it is? You either walk in the light or the dark of it. If you're walking in the dark of it, you're going to learn a lesson that'll push you into the light. If you're walking in the light of it, then you've already learned your lesson of the dark, and you still are forced into the dark of it to get someone else. So no matter how you see it, we're all in the fucking darkness together. Love and light, bitches. Love and light. Love you. Laters. Bye.